Okay, please be seated. Okay.
As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. "Come, follow me," Jesus said, "and I will send you out to fish for people." At once they left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, preparing their nets. Jesus called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. Jesus went throughout Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom and healing every disease and sickness among the people. News about him spread all over Syria, and people brought to him all who were ill with various diseases, those suffering severe pain and the demon-possessed, those having seizures and the paralysed, and he healed them. Large crowds from Galilee, the Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and the region across Jordan followed him.
This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
So picture the scene. You're out doing your job. In this case, you're out on the lake, in your boat, doing fishing. And this guy walks up along the side of the lake, or turns up at your office or whatever, and says, "Follow me, I'll make you fishers of men." I mean, how do you even fish for men anyway? It's not like, well, like if you dangle a hook over someone, they'll bite it and you better pull them out again. I mean, how would you react? If it was me, I'd be terrified. But I certainly wouldn't immediately drop what I was doing and follow them. I'd be like, who on earth are you and why are you calling me to follow you? The people in this story, Simon, Andrew, James and John, were just like us. They were normal people. You don't need to be specially trained or incredibly smart and talented to serve God. We all have skills, but everyone has different skills. Maybe you're good at being at the front. Maybe you're a worshipper. Maybe you're just really good with people. Everyone's skills can be used in the church. The disciples' gifts, and therefore our gifts, come through God's power, not through our own. Once you've said, yes, I'll do what you ask me to do, God will help you do things. In Paul's letter to Philippians, he said, "It is God who works in you to fulfill his good purpose." It's him that works in us so that we do what he wants us to do. All you have to do to receive this calling is be willing. The disciples, they weren't anything fancy. They didn't go and offer themselves up to Jesus. Jesus does the calling. You just need to say yes. The disciples immediately dropped everything. Oh no. The disciples immediately dropped everything and didn't worry about but how am I going to feed my family if I'm not fishing? We should trust God because he sees the bigger picture. Even if we don't know what's coming ahead, we should take a step of faith, step out into the unknown and do as God asks, because he says that he has plans to prosper us, not to harm us. If you think God's telling you to do something, it's probably for the better. But why does Jesus ask us to follow him? Why does he need us? I mean, practically, he doesn't. If he really wanted to, he could save everybody just like that. But we're chosen to serve him because we're loved. Disciple means follower. It doesn't just mean literally walking behind him. It means doing as he does, living good, godly lives. And because that's the best way to live. Jesus wants us to live like him because he knows it's best for us, because he loves us. Doing God's work glorifies him to others, as well as moulding us more into his shape so that we can follow him even better. Still, we were asked to do things in the Bible. There's the Great Commission. Go out into all the nations and make disciples, or something like that. We are told to continue Jesus' ministry, to help bring more Christians into the church. We're, in the same way that he's our lighthouse, we are lighthouses for others to him. And anyway, if Jesus did everything for us, how would we grow and learn? A lot of the time we learn through struggles, through mistakes. And so, if it was all too easy, what would be the point in following the commandments, in believing, in faith? If anything, what was the point of the resurrection? Our purpose now is the same as it is in the beginning, or was in the beginning, sorry. Love God, love ourselves, and love creation. Except, when the disciples were around, there was only 12 of them, and Jesus. Now we've got the entire church, a worldwide organisation in which all of us can play a role. Jesus brings the churches together as the body of Christ. We might be different in certain beliefs, but he's the one thing we all believe in. He pulls us together so we work more effectively. In a body, each part's needed for the others to function. Your legs wouldn't work if there was nothing for them to make move. Your heart wouldn't work if there was nothing for it to pump blood around. We're all working our own different ways to then come together as a whole. We work in partnership with Jesus, who helps us work in partnership with others, because he can see the big picture. Even if we're not quite sure where we're going, Jesus knows the path. So what can you do? Whatever your skills, we need you. It doesn't matter whether you're good on the tech, or good at the worship, or good at standing up here, or just good at being nice to people. There's something that everybody can do. Listen to what God's asking you to do, whether that's through reading the Bible, through prayer, or through worship. Something will likely stand out. And well, once you've worked out what that something is, talk to someone, one of the leaders, Alan. And because the more volunteers we have, the merrier. It takes a lot to sort of get one of these things together. And so the more people helping out, the better. Because the better we can go out into the community and help fulfill that Great Commission and make disciples of all nations. Thank you.